Greetings, how are you guys doing? I hope that you are having a blessed Sabbath, Shabbat, Shalom. Um, I was listening to this chant from the House of Salem International out of Abuja, Nigeria. And as I was listening to it and worshiping along with it, just had it on repeat. And it's stuck in my spirit now. The Father began to show me, about flame, timbers and embers of flame and fire. And fire, no matter where you see it, no matter where it's burning, where a fire started, at some point, fire never has its own. Each flicker of flame comes together as one, and it burns. And when it burns, and as it consumes whatever it is it's burning, that flame, each flicker of flame begins as a branch burning, or a leaf burning, or some grass burning. Imagine that you're watching a forest fire start. It starts as a branch, a flicker of flame on a branch, and a flicker of flame on a leaf, and a flicker of flame on maybe some trash that was thrown on the ground. And it's just one little spark, one flicker of flame. But when it comes together, when every flicker of flame starts to merge with the other flickers of flame, it becomes one mighty roar of a flame and a fire. And what started out as just a little small spark of flame ends up engulfing an entire forest, an entire region, an entire city. We saw what happened in Hawaii with the fires, and then the forest fires that happened here in the mainland of the United States. And just, I thought about it. The Ruach was showing this to me, and he said each flicker of flame looked exactly the same when it was lit. No flicker of flame when it began. Every spark of flame when it began to consume what it was burning always was bright orange or bright red, and it always emanated smoke from what it was consuming. Stay with me. And I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense to you. I'm trying my best to convey to you what the Father showed me. And he said, not one flicker of flame, daughter, has its own look. No flicker of flame looks different from the other. It all has the same elements, the same characteristics, gives off the same smoke or incense. It gives off the same appearance of fire, and every flicker of flame burns, it consumes what is lit. He says no flicker of flame has its own characteristics or has its own unique look. When something is set afire, it looks the same. It smells the same. What emanates from what is burning doesn't smell the same, but you still smell the smoke. The incense. And the Father just began to show that to me, and I was like, whoa. And he said when each flicker of flame begins to join the other flicker of flame and sets more things afire, it sets more parts of a forest afire. And when it sets more things afire, the grass, the trees, the branches, the grass, everything, and trash and whatever, and before you know it, everything that is in the path of the fire is consumed by the fire. And as the fire grows, it looks like one. There's no rainbow. There's no different array or spectrum of colors in a fire. I mean, there are different colors as the fire intensifies, but the flickers of flame become one. And he said, daughter, When I set something afire, it is a unified effort. And it's not even an effort on my part. It's effortless. I consume what I set afire. The word says that Yah is a consuming fire. And what he showed me, and I don't know if you get it, what I'm saying to you, what I'm trying to convey to you, what the Ruach showed me, is that too many times, at least here in the States, stateside, and maybe in other parts of the world, but more so in the United States, in the Western Church, we want fire to have its own distinct look and its own distinct sound and its own distinct smell when it gives off or burns something that it set a fire to. And when you do that, when you celebrate that, when you mislabel that and call that worship, when you call that my fire, the Father says that's a strange fire. If the flicker of flame of the Ruach HaKodesh, if it wasn't initiated by the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Ghost, the true Spirit of the living Yah, then it is a strange fire. If it gives off its own characteristic, if it gives off its own appearance, if it gives off its own sound, if it does not become one with the other flickers of flame and the embers of flame that Yahuwah has begun, then it is a strange fire. It is not a fire set by the Ruach HaKodesh. So we have to be careful that we don't start to idolize and celebrate and worship strange fire. Strange fire is fire that burns on its own. Fire that looks different from the rest of the flickers of flame. Fire that gives off a different smell or incense or aroma of worship. Because we don't know what it's worshiping. That strange fire could be worshiping Beelzebub or Baal. So let's make sure that we aren't giving off strange fire, our own fire, our own flickers of flame. Because there is a distinct, unique, characteristic smell, look, image, and visage of the fire of the Ruach HaKodesh that only those who have the Ruach HaKodesh can recognize, can sense, can see, can hear, and taste and smell. No strange fire. Only the fire of the Ruach HaKodesh will burn and consume regions and burn away false idols and false worship and false doctrine and error and sin. You be blessed in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Shabbat Shalom.
I'm a flame of many fire. I'm a flame of many fire. I'm a flame. Somebody light up fire. I'm a flame of many fire. I'm a flame.